The Square Ball Podcast.
Well, hello there. Welcome to the show. This is the Square Ball, sponsored by Levi's Solicitors. So yesterday, Michael, when we were recording Propaganda, you said that it was maybe still conveyancing week, but then we found out something.
It's Will's Update Your Will week, month.
It's Update Your Wills week in the UK. So what can you tell us, please, about the importance of wills?
Oh, right. Well,
come
on. Who are you leaving your millions to? Or is that being hidden?
It's all going to be given to the cats, people. Yeah, that's what you're doing if you're a bit mad. If you want to be an eccentric, you give it all to a cat person, which you can do if you put it in your will. Give your stuff to whoever you want.
What other legal services might Levi's provide for us?
Conveyancing,
yeah,
probate, lasting powers of attorney, and litigation.
Amazing. And where can our gorgeous listeners and viewers find said discount? Because there is a discount, 10% off your legal fees if you go to levisolicitors.co.uk/thesquareball. It's amazing the way you do this, mate. I've got to tell you. So yeah, welcome to the show. This is the update. We are recording this on Thursday. This will be out as well today. And there's not that much to touch on. With me is Michael, as you heard, and Rob, as you did hear before as well. My name is Dean Smith. So we're looking forward to Leeds away at Portsmouth on the Sunday because Sky TV is fucking shit. They've decided to move all that around. Portsmouth is 17th on 39 points. They had won 3 in a row until Luton beat them last time out, and I didn't realise that they were so high in the table or that they'd had a nice run of form, and I've got scared. Should we be scared, Rob?
I mean, it was the start of the season where I was looking at odds for us to beat them 6-0 or something, as we discussed when we revisited our predictions recently, and that didn't quite work out. It was fun, that game, in a sort of terrifying, might have a heart attack way. And thankfully, we've not had any of them recently.
No. Been very relaxing.
But no, it should be fine, shouldn't it? They're towards the bottom of the table. That tends to mean they're not very good. I think that's how league tables work. To be honest, I don't really know much about the bottom of the table because I'm a snob and I don't look there. It was only recently I found out Derby are bottom.
That's what we had this exact discussion yesterday. We were like, God, I think they'd won once since Christmas or something.
I mean, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, in fact, we beat them and I think they've not won since.
They've only got 2 points.
Yeah, that was it. 2 points since we beat them.
No, nice to see that, did they?
But yeah, a shame.
Good luck to the Leeds fans going down to Portsmouth on Sunday. I do know some people who are having to get coached from Ellen Road at something like 4 a.m, which is abysmal. Albeit it wasn't the kick-off at Ellen Road at the start of the season. Wasn't that an early kick-off?
I think it probably was, yeah.
So yeah, great bunch of lads, Sky TV.
Yeah. I mean, they had Plymouth kicking off at Sunderland as an early kick-off, didn't they, earlier this season, which is beyond the taking the piss. It's like, what's the worst thing we can possibly do to people?
And it's really difficult to sink 8 Stellas at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I've seen people do it. I've seen people do it.
I did hear, I think it was at the last game, I heard someone talk about their trip down to Portsmouth and how early they're going to set off. And I think they were just planning on riding the night out, carrying straight through. That might make it easier for a bit. And then there'll be a big crash somewhere.
That'd be a death sentence. Trying to stay up all night.
That sounds awful, by the way.
Yeah, it's too much. It is too much. But yeah, apparently their centre backs are both injured, which is good. So they don't actually have any senior fit centre backs.
Is it still Conor Shaughnessy? Was it ever Conor Shaughnessy?
He was midfielder, I think. For them.
Is he right? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Although as we know, he can fill in.
Yes.
Almost adequately in both positions for a little while.
Almost adequately to the point where Bielsa took one look at him in a league game and went, right, off you pop.
Yeah, we decided not to bother.
Still better than Matt Click for about 3 games.
Yeah, weird that crossover, isn't it?
Strange old time.
When you think back to it. But I am quite pleased at the weekend, though, that they've at least organised the other 2 games we need to care about at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Because I hate the thing where you kind of have to care about games spanning from like Friday night to Monday night.
Yeah,
with a Leeds game in the middle, or it's too much.
You don't have to care.
You sort of do.
If Leeds win, it's fine. Just don't look at it for the rest of the week.
But we dropped 2 points in the last week.
Well,
and we might as well, therefore, not bother.
Having also taken 3 off promotion rivals, so it's all good.
It is. It's been weird, hasn't it, seeing the meltdown, and I'm completely guilty of myself. I've been trying not to vocalise it too much, but I did see Burnley win the other night and go, that's it. That's it, brilliant. So Burnley have caught us the nice one. Then you look at the table and you go, it's still 5 points. Actually, that is quite a lot at this stage, and with better goal difference.
It's loads. And, you know, we said yesterday on Propaganda, there is a tendency for football fans in general to just be emotional creatures. And so when we have these big wins in the last minutes against promotion rivals, it feels great and we ride that wave. And then all of a sudden, you know, Cardiff are a bit shit. We beat them 7-0.
Yeah.
They were always going to win.
I know they were, but...
Was it the miss that they had? Was it fish?
The miss was bad. I didn't watch it, but I just put it on for the last 10 minutes. And then it was in time to see that.
I've not seen the miss. I read about it on social media and I just thought, I don't need to see that. It will upset me. How bad was it?
I mean, it wasn't a complete tap-in, but it drops to him at the back post. There's a bit of an angle on the shot, but you'd expect him. I mean, he doesn't even get it on target. It goes about a yard and a half wide. It's bad. It's a bad miss.
Well, they're a bad team, so whatever.
That is true.
That is true.
Would you have scored it, Michael?
Easy.
Either
foot or head, even though it was on the floor.
Stoop to conquer like Gary Kelly.
Exactly. Just swept it in.
And so the other two games you're alluding to there are Burnley are at home to Luton, who, like we just mentioned, did win their last game against Portsmouth, but they're still shit. They've not. That was their only win since the middle of December. And Sheffield United are at home to Preston. Sheffield won at Preston on the opening game. Preston been in decent form. Can we hope for a Hecky miracle there?
Sam Greenwood miracle, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Is he still there knocking him in? Or he did for about 6 games?
Yeah, they've got Sam Greenwood, the bitey alleged racist. They're a great bunch of lads.
Lovely bunch of fellas.
Did you see Sam Greenwood in with him?
Did you see his the alleged racist? Did you see his celebration against Burnley the other day?
Was he being a dickhead by any chance?
Oh, just
he's a proper prick, is that guy?
He's a lunatic, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And
he's not been found guilty or anything yet.
No, he's alleged.
It's alleged.
But he is unhinged from what we've seen.
Yeah,
generally.
Yeah. And it's official that he's a bit shit because he's only scored a couple of goals this season.
Yeah,
Did he score against us?
No.
Was he there last season?
He was there last season. Yeah.
Oh, he got Melier sent off.
Yeah, that's the damage he did.
He
was
to us. Brutally assaulted. That's maybe where his madness started.
Possibly so.
So hopefully, I mean, we can't really hope for any favours from Burnley against Luton or Sheffield against Preston. So we just have to do the business against Portsmouth. Maybe this is the game where Brendy recaptures his form and atones for his. Was it an error on the first day of the season? Came on, scored the equaliser, but then missed another very similar chance.
It wasn't the opposite of an error.
Didn't cover himself in glory.
Yeah. It was weird though, that game, because the goal he scored was actually quite a difficult finish that he took very well. And then the one you thought he has got to score here, he put wide, which is very Brendan Aronson. But that was the start of the redemption arc that everyone keeps talking about. But go on, Brendan.
He's sort of dipping off again now, isn't it? The redemption arc.
It's a weird shaped arc.
He's got 1 assist and 0 goals in about his last 12 games or something, hasn't he? But
he will undoubtedly play, won't he?
Yeah.
Well,
it's just
fine.
It's just the way it is.
It's worked so far this season, I guess.
It has in the main, hasn't it?
Yeah. And there's no one else in that position, so it's going to have to be him. Someone who is hopefully heading out of the door is Jackie Harrison. Jackie Harrison might be going back to America, but nobody quite knows where. Seems to be a big sticking point here is the finances. Who would give him such a huge contract, I ask?
Victor? Does he fancy him in Spain?
See Sam Allardyce slagging Victor Otter off this week?
Oh, no.
Yeah, said he wasn't big enough to appoint Sam Allardyce. And we got that Spanish bloke instead. And he's always really mean about Javi Gracia. And it's like, he got a lot more points than you did, mate. I would probably wind your neck in, albeit that's never been Sam Allardyce's strength.
Big neck to wind.
That's true. But yeah, Jackie Harrison, if I was him, I would definitely go play in MLS again. Go hang out in New York or Portland or something, rather than Everton, where everyone hates you and screams at you, and Leeds, where people don't really like you anymore, which I do think is a slight shame. Of all the loan players that I have a genuine mirth towards, one of which we will get onto later, Harrison isn't one of them because he was at Leeds for quite a while. We also pissed about loaning him forever because we didn't want to spend any money on him. And he generally worked really hard, got the best out of himself, improved. Could be incredibly frustrating, but could be really fun to watch at times as well. So I don't really have any ill will towards Jackie. I hope he goes and lives a painfully beautiful life in America that annoys me on Instagram.
And he scored our last Premier League goal to date as well, the consolation against Tottenham. So you'll never sing that.
Wow, that's quite
a great day. That
quite the clip. Did he score at Anfield as well, didn't he? On the
first and last goals in the Premier League.
That's right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I thought of him quite well, but it's hard not to be a bit miffed, isn't it? Really, that he's just out on loan. But he's follow the contract he was given.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, he was given that contract as we were in the process of being relegated as well. It's worth remembering. It's not like when we were signing the other players at the start of the Jesse Marsh season and Victor also was thinking we'd finish 12th or something. We were properly circling the plug hole, and they gave Jack Harrison a contract that allowed him to leave on loan. Having
already tried to sell him to Leicester, then gone, actually no, and then played for injury. I was like, whatever, it's fine.
Should have sold him to Leicester.
Yeah, and also, like, I'm also not that arsed anymore because he's gone to Everton and shown that he is probably, well, he definitely is one of those players that Bielsa just got the very, very, very best out of, that nobody really expected for a little while. And he's probably returned to norm now. And yeah, go play in MLS, probably look really good there. Enjoy your life.
If I remember rightly, though, when he was being very heavily linked and went down, and I think he did a medical, did he, at Leicester? I was fuming.
Well, it seemed an obviously bad idea because he was in our first team and we were selling him to another team that was down there. So it would have seemed like an obviously bad idea. On reflection, because we went down anyway. You can kind of go, oh well, should have just taken the money. But no, we had some good moments with Harrison. He scored at Brentford as well, didn't he, when we stayed up?
Yeah.
So some big moments in there. But yeah, it seems I can't imagine him coming back in, even if we went up.
No,
you can't picture him in a Leeds kit again, can you?
There's no appetite for it from anyone. Like, it doesn't feel like the club particularly want him back, because given as well, we do have a lot of options out wide. I don't think the fan base necessarily want to see him back. And I can't imagine he's desperate to come back here either. I think it's all, that race is being run.
Yeah. It's hard. It's weird, though, the links to MLS, because normally you're linked to a club, aren't you? Whereas they've just gone, he might be going to America. Like where? I don't know. Somewhere. He's been there before. Seems to be as much as the thinking of it.
Yeah, where do you think this has come from? Is it an agent shopping him around a bit? Because it's so vague.
His agent has gone to every club in MLS. Fancy him.
Might you be interested? Might, yeah. All right, cool. I'll put you down as a maybe.
But also, he's one of those that I imagine he's got a decent wage, but he's, in terms of like PSR or whatever, we could sell him for a very minimal fee. Yeah, we're not losing anything.
He's paid for already, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
What would you take?
I don't know. At this stage, would we be looking to get 7 or 8 million for him?
That'd be fine, wouldn't it? More than fine, I imagine.
I think so. How much would be fine for somebody to take Rasmus Christensen off our hands, Rob?
Well, this seems to be getting a lot lower than I think Leeds were expecting when they agreed the loan deal. Wasn't there talk of like 15 million quid or 15 million euros? And everyone looked at that and went, fucking no chance.
Yeah.
Even though Frankfurt are actually doing well, I think they're third in Bundesliga and by all accounts are stupid enough to like him. But yeah, cheers, lads. We'll take whatever you've got. Thank you very much. The guy can't take a throw in.
Yeah, when he signed, it's like with an optional buy clause of was it 18 million euros? I think it was.
Yeah.
And everyone went, yeah, they're not going to do that.
We've been there with Diego Llorente at Roma, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like 20 million quid. They've gone, nah.
I know when Llorente, when that was first reported, it was that they were buying him for that. And everyone was like, wow, actually, do you know what? Fair play, Victor Orta, with that new contract. You played a bit of a blinder there because you managed to get some money for him. But then it was like, oh, it's an option. No, they're not going to take the option. Right, he's going to come back. He's going to go loan again. We got a few million in the end, didn't we? But I think whatever they're giving us for Rasmus Christensen is more than fair. Well,
it's reported here that it's in the region of £5 million, possibly rising to 6.6 million with future add-ons. Do you think that's Ballon d'Or winner? They get another million?
It's the Rafinha add-ons, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same ones.
I mean, they could have just signed Sam Byram last season and they'd have had a better right back.
Yeah.
I mean, for £0. But, you know, I mean, if they like him, there's someone for everyone, isn't there?
Exactly. I'm glad somebody does.
Where are they playing him? It can't be on the back. It can't be on the right of the back four.
Maybe they play him as a wing back, but I don't know why you're asking me about what Frankfurt's tactics are.
He can't play wing back either, though, can he? He's the most head down Danny Mills right back you've ever seen.
Am I going mad, or did we play him once in the middle of midfield?
Yes, we did.
Jeez.
And at centre back. I thought he looked slightly better at centre back than at right back.
It's because it's slightly more acceptable just to fucking hoof the thing,
just get him out of the way. Oh, apparently it is. According to Who Scored, they are playing a back four, and it includes Robin Koch and Rasmus Christensen, and they are third in Bundesliga. So, you know,
could have been us.
It's a home for everyone.
Let's be wary of signing German players out of the Bundesliga, is what that's telling me. There are some good teams in it, but maybe not so much.
Players who are having a slightly nicer time, or hopefully having a nicer time, a couple of players have been spotted on breaks. So you said yesterday Solomon had been to Whitby.
I noticed he'd been in Whitby, yes.
With all the Goths.
Yeah, he didn't, unfortunately, have a steampunk outfit on or anything. He just looked to be dressed as a normal human. And I know Brendy seemed to have been in Amsterdam, I think, unless Milana's putting old pictures on. But I wonder if they've been given the start of this week off to just relax a little bit.
To go take a load of magic mushrooms. Maybe that's the key to him finding his form again. You can see 3 goals shooting one of them.
Brendan microdosing on his way to promotion.
Maybe he's going to smoke a load of weed and get the munchies and just bulk out a bit.
It's needed. It's needed. But yeah, so I don't know if they've all been away, but I just noticed they seem to have had a little break, which is nice.
Yeah, and if we win at the weekend, then that fish and chips that Solomon had and those space cakes that Brendy had will have been very well justified. We've been nominated.
A team trip to Whitby would have been a very Warnock thing to do, wouldn't it? Or the Whitby's probably a bit too nice. He used to go to Scarborough, didn't he? I think with Sheffield United, made him all like running the sea and stuff.
Well, he used to go to Cornwall, didn't he?
Well, yeah, he did that. I think that's
barbecue on the beach.
Yeah.
When you said that, I could just imagine all of the current Leeds squad stood around the whalebones in Whitby, but in full tracksuits, just getting like press shots.
Yeah, and then Brandy getting swept out to sea. When he's remembered he can't swim.
Remember me!
Doing the arcade thing where you have to bang the hammer, see how high it goes. Brendan can't lift the hammer.
Who would win that out of the Leeds squad?
Rodon.
I think he'd miss it. He'd hit himself on the head, wouldn't he?
Yeah, good shout.
I think Ampadu, maybe.
Ampadu. Gilavogi.
Yeah, good shout. I haven't got any...
Not got any
maybe
bruises.
Like Darlow or something like that, maybe.
Alex Cairns. He's been to the seaside.
Just because from Donny.
Yeah, he's been to the East Coast.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I bet he's got impeccable techers on the 2p machines.
Those robbing bastards.
We should have another trip to Flamingo Land or something. Those photos were amazing. That was under Warnock, wasn't it?
It was. It
was on the motorbike.
It happened over and over again. Yeah, Warnock on the motorbike, Ben Fry on the log flume. Some great days.
Well, hopefully more great days to come, certainly in terms of individual awards, because the PFA Players of the Month, both Firpo and Pirou are both nominated, and Championship Manager of the Month, nomination for Farker, up against Frank Lampard, and Championship Player of the Month, nomination for James. Do we care about this shit?
Nah.
No, God, no.
I mean, they'll probably win them, because we steamrolled everyone in February.
I hope Farker wins it so we can see another picture of him looking absolutely fucking miserable with his trophies, as he likes to do. Because I was like, need to get a picture, and he's just like a grumpy child being forced to have a picture with his gran or something.
Okay, here we go with part 2 of the update, and we move on to likes and dislikes, things that we have loved and hated across the week of Leeds United. We were talking in the office before, a little bit sparse this week on submissions from members. And is that because we're slightly underwhelming at West Brom, so people haven't jumped on the forms as quickly as maybe they could have done?
I think it's just a bit of apathy through disappointment, but not a level of disappointment that allows you to feel angry. Just to kind of,
just got to get on with your weekend, haven't you, as well?
I thought we were going to win that.
Yeah. And especially compared to the previous 2 games where you wake up the next day, if you were lucky enough to get any sleep, and just feel delighted and walk around with a smile on your face. Yeah. Whereas this was like, okay, it's Sunday tomorrow, whatever. Monday soon, got to start work again. That was a bit boring, but it was fine. You don't want to lose your shit. Well, you might, Michael, but
I try my absolute best to keep it together.
Rational people sort of don't want to lose the shit, so you just got to crack on, haven't you?
I am a rational person. I am.
How much money have you got on other teams?
Listen, it doesn't matter about that. Just know I won't be doing this next year because I'll be a millionaire. But yeah, I am. I do know we're very likely to go up still.
Yeah,
I truly believe we will go up still.
Tell your face.
But I also don't like all these models people are doing and go, the 98% chance of us going up.
Yeah, I mean...
Because that's not true.
I don't want to speak ill of him because he's not here, but Dan, all of those spreadsheets, and he was talking to us yesterday about 40% of the time they drop points when we gain points. I don't know what it is.
Don't mean anything. Because different stuff happens every weekend.
Yeah.
That's the point.
We look after our own results, we'll go up as champions.
That is really all we need to do.
I like the sound of that.
Just keep winning games, please.
Keep winning games. So off the top of your heads, or indeed from these forms, what are our likes and dislikes from the last 7 days, gentlemen?
A repeat for Junior Firpo from ASCII, our new centre forward. Ours fridge freezer, as I say, is the continuation of Firpo's long goodbye. Which seems like let's not frame it that way. Let's frame it as the logical conclusion of Junior Firpo, the false three, turning into Lee Chapman or John Charles or something. Something I didn't see coming, although maybe I should have done. Maybe it was how it was always going to end.
I found that it was so hilarious to me that for that goal against West Brom, of course it was Firpo in the 6-yard box nodding it in. It's just mental the way that he has decided to play the last season of his Leeds career. Just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get up there, really.
Got loads of goals.
Play inside. It's fabulous.
Great, isn't it? Great. A Sam Byram fan dislikes Tony Mowbray for being such a lovely guy and actually setting his team up to play the way I can't hate him. Why can't you be a fat old character? Fair enough, yeah.
There is a like for Tony Mowbray, sort of from Ours for a Freezer, when Tanaka sort of fell into him in the dugout and just like shook his hand, and you could tell he was very apologetic. I think Mowbray, when it first happened, was a bit like, "Fucking hell," and then he was like, "You're nice as well. Let's both be nice on the touchline."
Yeah, and Simon Waite here has said in the dislikes that we just never got out of second gear. And is that understandable with all of the adrenaline and joy that we found over the last 10 minutes of those 2 games prior? Like, something's got to give, right?
I do wonder if it was taking the lead almost through us a bit. We were like, all right, we'll win this from now on. And then, because they scored when they weren't meant to, and the whole pattern of the game just felt a bit off compared to standard. I feel like has that happened another time this season? We've taken lead, then they've equalised, then nothing else has happened. Feels like
undoubtedly.
Feels like it was a weird pattern of game, though. I'm used to seeing a bit more of a swing, or we just take the lead, and then at home, typically, we then go on and get a 2nd, 3rd, 7th.
Yeah.
Whatever. But this was a bit like, I think there was almost an anticipation at 1-0 that that's what would happen. And then you realise there was another team in it, and it was all it was all a little bit disappointing in the end. And
they were decent as well. They were probably the best team we've seen come to Elland Road this season. Tom Numbers says here that part of his dislikes is not seeing a Pablo-esque Thunder character from Rothwell after 16 seconds. Of course, that was what happened a few years ago under Bielsa. Will we ever see a goal from Rothwell before he heads back down south?
I hope it's like the Ben White goal against Charlton on the last day of the season when he'd not scored for us, and then suddenly he's just volleying it into the top corner. Rothwell deserves a moment like that.
Yeah.
Which would be very, very nice to see. I think people would be very into it. I mean, Joe Rodon scored this season, so anything could happen.
And Verber. Verber scored.
Well, let's just not acknowledge that.
Okay. That's just, it's scrubbed off because he's atoning for things. He's got a bit like I said with Nonto last year, I needed to get 40 goals or something.
How many's Verber got to go until we accept him?
He needs to make more appearances than Jack Charlton.
Okay.
and to make up for what he's done.
I'm going to make more appearances than like Lawrence de Bock or something. Barely play.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, we'd just sell him.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Come summer, just get rid.
Maybe Eintracht Frankfurt fancy reuniting the boys.
They could do a lot worse than a fat capybara.
So let's pick our Ken Bates Villain of the Week award. So what are we going for from everything we've heard? There was nothing about the dickhead ref from anything you guys said there. I didn't think he was that offensive.
No, probably not really.
I remember him annoying me at the time, but in a very low key.
I think I was annoyed him at the time, but I think I was just annoyed at the game.
Yeah, I think that was probably right. He was doing that annoying thing of telling West Brom to speed up and not waste time. But then whenever he gave a free kick, he was stopping play and not letting us take it quickly. And it's like, you're sort of part of the problem here, mate. Yeah,
I was wound up when he added, there were loads of stoppages in stoppage time, then added on 7 seconds at the end of it. And it's like, well, you created like a bit where you had to run the length of the pitch to drop a ball. Which took about a minute. And then you've not added anything on. So, yeah, I was a bit annoyed. But we've had worse, I suppose. Will Fish, give him a nomination.
Yeah.
For that miss. For Cardiff, yeah. You know Will Fish.
Of course,
Big Billy the Fish. He should have scored.
Should have scored that, and that would have made everyone just feel a little bit better.
We were going to give the Hero of the Week award to Joe Rothwell after he scored a free kick. But as Tom Numbers has pointed out, he didn't score.
Yeah.
So do we give him the Villain of the Week?
What, for letting us down?
Yeah.
For letting us down again. Although he has got a number of assists recently.
He's really good at that. But
yeah. I mean, Fish seems like the
Will Fish, as is Joe Rothwell. In fairness, he's former Scum youth as well.
Yeah,
so that's to add to his list of crimes.
Scum and Cardiff.
It's not a good list, is it?
Yeah, give it him.
Fine.
Yeah. Will Fish, I know this will cut you deep, sir. This is your
Fillet him.
Fillet him.
He'll be gutted.
Nice.
Delicious. I'm not even going to continue what I was saying because that's fucking perfect. We move on to the Gitana Baradi Hero of the Week Award. This is sponsored by the Tuk Tuk Club, who do beautiful holidays in northern Thailand. Last time I did this show, I said Northern Ireland. It is not Northern Ireland. It is Northern Thailand. And this has been described by the Sunday Times as the best driving holiday in the world. Tuk Tuk Club gives you the chance to see a side of Thailand that few travellers ever see. Think winding mountain roads, towering forests, elephants, pristine waterfalls, jungle cookery. Have you ever been to Thailand, Michael?
I haven't. I would like to go. I was actually looking, but summer is rainy.
Of course it is.
And I'm trying to work around school holidays, aren't I? So,
do you not have an umbrella?
I mean, if I want rain in summer, I'll just go to the East Coast in England. I'd want to go to Thailand for something nice.
Elephants,
I suppose.
You make your kids fend for themselves anyway these days. You could just leave them for 4 months.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah,
easy.
I've got some long tethers so they can get to the fridge.
You could tether your kids to elephants. You'd always find them because elephants are big and that.
Maybe it's allowable. Speak to Bruce.
Speak to Bruce. Sponsored by tuktukclub.com. I really struggle with a fucking read. So let's crown a Gitana Baradi Hero of the Week. Who have we got? I mean, Firpo scored as the goal. Who else have we got?
Firpo got it last week, didn't he? But it's kind of slim pickings from that game.
Who's choosing to buy Rasmus Christensen?
That's true.
Their manager, director of football, whoever it is that's signing the check on that.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Jack Harrison for getting out of Everton, but doing it in a way that we can't really get angry with him about because he's just off to go play in America.
Dino Topmuller.
Yep.
That's the guy.
Sporting director.
He's the manager.
The manager at Eintracht Frankfurt. Is he really the person who's given us the most joy this week, Chance?
Did enjoy seeing that.
Probably, yeah. No, we're getting some money for him. I do sort of think we're robbing him.
That's a really low bar, isn't it?
It's like, I mean, I think it's going to be an opposition team manager that gets it. It's either him or Tony Mowbray, innit, who everyone just seems to agree is really nice.
Yeah. What's this guy's name again?
Dino Topmuller.
It's a good name as well.
It's got the O's got a dots above it. Does that mean it's Müller?
Yeah.
Topmuller.
I did German at GCSE and I've forgotten all of it.
Oh, I never have, so
Topmuller.
I'm forgiven. But yeah, him.
Played for Man City, apparently.
Did he?
Well, he was there. I think playing might be a stretch.
Right.
He was definitely there, according to Wikipedia. He was named after Dino Zoff.
Wow. Was this before Man City were Man City?
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Before. 2001. Yeah, it's weird that is Wikipedia. Just has an entry where he was there that just for 1 year. It's not even got a 2001-2. It's just he was there in 2001, didn't play, left.
Maybe he just went to Main Road, watched the game.
Maybe he was inspired by the full backing of
Ben
Terry
Thatcher.
Phelan, which I think it would have been at Man City. Probably a bit late for Terry Phelan. Anyway, some shit Man City fullback. Terry Phelan's ex-Leeds, actually. Shouldn't slag him off.
Yeah, not Terry.
Michael Brown. I mean, he is ex-Leeds, but it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't like him though.
So we're giving it to Dino. What's his name again?
Dino Topmuller.
Dino Topmuller is our Gitana Baradi Hero of the Week. So that's the end of today's show. Tomorrow we have Aidan White on the West Stand. Dan will be back for that. And then we have a members show coming out on Saturday for you members. If you're not a member, please go to squareball.com/plus to sign up to that.
Squareball.net.
Squareball.net. Jesus, I'm so
glad you recognise that.
To sign up for that. And of course, the big game on Sunday, Portsmouth versus Leeds, 12:30. We will have a match ball after that. We will speak to you soon. Thank you so much.
The Square Ball Podcast.